Well, I'm having an exciting day. I'm about to go to the Home Depot. I'm going to get an air conditioner because I threw mine away, my window unit away at the end of last summer, thinking, oh, no big deal. I'll just go buy a new one. Um, Now the entire world is on fire, and so I'm psyching myself out. Get out there. Do you like my mask? My neighbor made this. She's very crafty. It's made out of a mattress. Oh, it looks like there's a pretty substantial line. And I'm walking up there and I realize I brought my coffee with me from the car. And, well, what's the point of that? I'm wearing a goddamn mask. There we go. I parked way in the middle of nowhere. I gotta go all the way back up there to put my cart away, but isn't it pretty over here? It's like, spend so much time inside, you forget that it's actually like springtime and summertime and shit. Doing what I do for recreation, which is driving around to places I've never been, and look what I found! Cows. Well, it's the last day of Ramadan, and can you hear out my window? They've been doing the call to prayer like 5 times a day for the past month. It seems crazy that the month is already over. How is Ramadan already over? But yeah, they've been doing it on the loudspeaker outside my apartment because they don't want, obviously, people can't go to the mosque right now. So I'll kind of miss it. It's been kind of funny. It's like some of the singers are a lot better than others. And I don't know, it's just kind of like some cool atmosphere for the for the neighborhood. Like, oh, here's it's time to sing Allah Akbar. All right. Which are the first two words of the song. That's not just me being a racist. People are back fighting outside. I remember I made at the beginning of spring video where I was just watching a massive fight outside my apartment. I guess one way this is looking up is that the fighters are back outside every day, fighting. Who's king of the sidewalk? Well, they're back at it again, and they had disappeared for a while. So nature is healing. We are the virus. Well, now it's almost 11 p.m. And after I got back from Home Depot, I exercised. I've been doing the exercise bike for 30 minutes a day just to keep myself with a tiny bit of activity while I'm in quarantine. Which is why I'm wearing a different shirt now, because I changed outfits to exercise and then I put on a different outfit. Why not? Spice it up. It's the little things. And I made myself some basil pesto pasta. And I've been reading a Bell Hooks book that a friend of mine recommended called All About Love. And it's about finding love and defining love. And I really like what she's saying. She's saying that love is an action and not a feeling. And she was talking about how real love combines 6 characteristics. I made an acronym for CCKRRT, and it's oh, I can remember it. I can remember it. I can remember it. Care. CC. God damn it. Oh my god. See, I'm learning, you guys. It's hard though. Care, commitment, knowledge, trust, responsibility, and respect. And she's talking about how people in our cultures like to talk about love like it's this mysterious force and that it's undefinable and blah blah blah. But she says that that obscures what love actually is. That it is definable, and that
because so many people in our culture don't know how to love, that keeping it in this sort of mysterious place, undefinable place, is more comfortable for us than admitting how much lovelessness there is. And so I was thinking about my parents when I was a kid, and how, there's these different facets to love. And Bell Hooks is saying that if you don't have all six, then it's not love. That you can uh, trust someone but not love them, and etc. And I was thinking about these six different characteristics, and like each of my parents really only displayed like two or three of those to me. And so, and Bell Hooks is saying that, um, especially if you're like abused as a kid, that you grow up like needing to believe that love and abuse can coexist at the same time. But love isn't a feeling, love is an action. And I totally agree with what she's saying. So yeah, I've just been like thinking about how my parents didn't love me, like literally did not love me as a child. And so I've just like grown up like not knowing what love is. And now I'm like way grown up. I'm gonna be turning 33 next week, like a week from today. And yeah, I've been thinking a lot about getting older, and I don't know, maybe I'll make like a midlife crisis video or something. I'm getting to the age where I don't know if I have more future or past at this point. So, whee! This is an exciting new stage. Um, so my job, I don't know if I like explain this, but so, oh, it's a nice hairy armpit here. So in Minnesota, they've released a new 4-phase reopening plan, right? And there's no guarantee that it's going to happen one right after the other. Like we might have to go back, we might, whatever. So the stay at home order ended. So technically, we are allowed to gather in groups of 10 people or less. It's legal, not a good idea. Still not doing that. And now we're in the next phase is so we're in phase one where we're allowed to gather in groups of 10 people or less. And then the next phase is like bars and restaurants can reopen with like super heavy restrictions, and then it's sort of like one phase after another, like slowly reopening, and it goes out to phase four that they have in the plan. And all the way out in phase four, um, we so there's critical and non-critical businesses. There are guidelines that they have down for them, and so out into phase four, they say must telework if you can. Now I can telework. I've been working from home for about 2.5 months now, and so I guess that they're not even planning a phase in the future where I go back to the office, which is just crazy. Like before this all happened, I actually had thought a lot, like wouldn't it be great if I could work from home? Wouldn't that be a dream if I could just work from home full time? And well, I think I got my wish. There's just really not an end in sight to me, like being able to go back to my office and see my coworkers again and just like return to my normal life, which is taking the train in the morning downtown to my office, and 4 days a week or whatever, and then being in my lovely beautiful office. I miss my cubicle. I'm thinking about it. One, my office plant definitely died. Two, I've like imagined like the first time I go back there, like my March calendar is still on the wall in the office. I don't even remember what I had in my desk. It's going to be very, very strange when I do return, and I don't really know when that could possibly be. It is looking like maybe, maybe autumn. It's just crazy to me that, like, right before this happened, and I didn't vlog any of this because I'm terrible at YouTube, but like, I got back from a trip on March 3rd, and I was quarantined on March 12th. So I got back from a trip on March 3rd where I had been in Chicago at C2E2, which is a gigantic comic convention. And if I can find it, I'll put a clip of it right here. This is half of the convention center. I want you to see what happens when 4 cosplayers share a room. Okay. Uh-huh. This is me wearing the Yara costume, by the way. It's crazy in here. And this is our view. Ocean view. Hey, Lake Michigan or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's Lake Michigan, right? Chicago? Great. But anyway, those are our buildings that we're looking on to. Anyway, there were like 90,000 people at this comic convention, and I was like staying in a hotel room with 10 people. I only knew one of them. Like, and then we went to medieval times, and it was just people, people, people everywhere, people. And I've been thinking a lot about that and about other times in the past year or so where I've just been around these giant crowds of people. How foreign that seems to me now. Like, I was out on the porch earlier smoking a cigarette, and my neighbor came out with a couple friends, and I was like, get away from me. Like, at Home Depot today, there are people in there not wearing masks. I don't understand it. It's about to be illegal in this city to not wear a mask in a public place, indoor public place, but like, I just don't get it. I don't get how people are not freaked out to wear a mask in public at this point. Like, I'm still really scared. And like, they've recently come out, they've said that there's an outbreak in my neighborhood. Like 150 people in my neighborhood have tested positive, which means that there's way more than that. And um I live in the like the most densely populated area of my city. So it's like I don't want to go to the convenience store. So anyway, so that's my quarantine update. Thank you for tuning in again. Like, I'm once again, hey, here's my spiel that I do every video. Sorry, guys, I'm really gonna start making more videos. I promise. I promise. Okay, bye.